people, all the work's done for the day. Chelsea aren't playing until Thursday, so me and Josh are going to be in the studio tomorrow. We'll do a Copenhagen preview, anything else that we can think to talk about. But right now, I'm going to go live for, what's the time? An hour, let's call it, on YouTube. I'll read out all the super chats. I'll try and get into the chat as much as possible. We'll see how many people we have in there. So hit the link below. Come join me live on YouTube now. Work's done for the day. Chelsea aren't playing until Thursday, so me and Josh are going to be in the studio tomorrow. We'll do a Copenhagen preview, anything else that we can think to talk about. But right now, I'm going to go live for, what's the time? An hour, let's call it, on YouTube. I'm reading out all the super chats. I'll try and get into the chat as much as possible. We'll see how many people we have in there. So hit the link below. Come join me live on YouTube now. Right, people, all the work's done for the day. Chelsea aren't playing until Thursday, so me and Josh. Right, people, all. Right, people. Right. Right, people, all the work's done for the. Right, what's happening? What you saying, people? Hope you're all good. I'm just posting this out off my socials. Let me know about sound quality. You lot are always on the job for me. Sound quality all right? Is the microphone too loud? Is everything good? Are you all good? Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to start reading the chat in a second. Share. Monday Night Live Q&A. Right. We're good. We're good. We're good. I think we're up everywhere. That's me talking. There we go. Have I got it in both ears? Have I got it in both ears? I've got it in both ears. Yes. Oh, mate, I'm the daddy now, aren't I? Not all this live streaming bollocks. Oh, should I get a bit more in the picture? There we go. There we go. Right, what we saying, ladies and gentlemen? You know, like, there's a general, what's the word? Shared opinion, in my opinion, that Monday is the worst day of the week. And I get it, because everyone's just had the weekend and most people work normal Monday to Friday, 9 to 5s and whatnot. But Monday's my favourite day of the week. I love a Monday. I love a Monday. But I'm a very routine-based man. So my routine means everything to me. So, to be fair, Fridays, Saturdays and Sunday mornings I have sparring and whatnot. But yeah, the weekend scrambles me a little bit, if I'm being completely honest. Still,
Still sort of getting used to it. It's our weekend thing after 30 years on the planet. H. Gordon James, what's happening, Joseph? What's happening, bro? Reality channel by Dan. Audio is rubbish, bro. Can you sort it out? I thought it was sorted out. Is this about boxing or footy? It can be about either. It's about you lot getting your questions in. People are saying the audio is good, so I'm hoping it is. Yeah, it can be about either. We can speak about boxing, we can speak about football, we can speak about life, we can speak about the art of pulling Latino beauties, whatever you want. Your music to my ears. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Is this boxing or football related? I'm just going to be speaking to the chat, speaking to you lot, to be honest. So whatever you guys want, get your questions in. Mondays are underrated. I think so. I'd say my favourite days of the week would be... I'd say Monday is my number one day of the week. And I would say... I like a good Thursday. I quite like a Thursday. Yeah. Saturdays, because I spend time with my daughter and whatnot. Seen the Grealish video? No. What's the Grealish video? Misfits Madness. What's happening, bro? Arrange an interview, difficult. But I'll try and do an interview with you. But it's just very difficult for me to arrange things at the minute. And I'll give my answer to that and go into a bit more detail. So you don't just think I'm fobbing you off. I've got so many more things that are on my to-do list than doing sort of fight media with outlets that I'm not, affiliated to, like the Pain Game and whatnot, and Misfits itself and whatnot. So I've got so many things, and most of these, if I'm being just completely transparent with you, mate, are things that make me money. Do you know what I mean? So it's not me saying that I won't get round to you. And if you're doing Misfits interviews and stuff like that, one thing I would recommend, you may already do this, you might not, but one thing I'd recommend is being at everything on Fight Week, because, mate, I'm one of them, I'll stick around until the last person has got every bit of juice they want out of me. But in the build-up, it's very, very hard, man. It is, it's hard for me to do the Misfits media obligations, let alone, you got to do your bits with Fred, because he's big in the game and whatnot, and then with other people. So, yeah, I'll try and get round to saying, but not a Friday. Yeah. Don't know. Because I try and keep good on Fridays and treat Friday like a weekday, if that makes sense. Tuchel's predicted England lineup. Owen Hodgson. Yeah. Owen Hodgson. Let me think about that. Firstly, JV, never seen your hair this long. You always have a trim. Yeah, innit? Yeah, it's been 10 days since I've had a trim or something. I'm thinking about just shaving it all off for the next fight. Yeah, I'm thinking about just shaving it all off. I'll try and come back to that Tuchel's predicted England lineup, or maybe, just a predicted England lineup, or what I think is the best England lineup. People, as always, super chat to be prioritised. If you've got something in and you don't want to get it missed, because I am a bit, I just pick the ones that I want to answer that come into the chat, really. Obviously, if there's a super chat comes in, I will always make sure that I get to it. Joey, give us a film recommendation. JR24, give me a genre. Give me a feeling you're wanting, because I could go and recommend you fucking, I don't know, a chick flick, and you might want to watch something like Requiem for a Dream, if you know that movie. So, yeah, give me a genre you want. If you want easy watching, what's a film I'd recommend you to go and watch tonight? What do I watch? If I was going to sit down and watch a movie tonight, I'd probably watch The Business. With Danny Dyer. Yeah, movies. I'm into, the obvious ones. The Green Mile, Titanic, The Notebook, Two Girls, One Cup. All your obvious sort of cinematic classics. But yeah, God knows. Chelsea protests still going off. I don't know whether they did go off or not. Yeah. I interviewed Argentinian King the other day. He said he would definitely be down for a tag team match. Him and Yadi versus Dave and you. Would you be down? What? Argentinian King and Yadi against me and Dave Fogarty. Would I be down? One, I wouldn't be down for a tag team match. I'd rather just fight the Argentinian King or Yadi or Fogarty outright. But some have had the opportunity, some haven't. Some have accepted and some haven't. Who knows? Let's see. In terms of picking a tag team partner, I like Fogarty. I like Dave Fogarty. Cool guy. I've never met him in person, but I've done that virtual face-off thing with him. If I was going to pick a tag team partner, out of anyone in the lightweight division, who would I want to tag team with? I would go... I'm quite disappointed the Argentinian King didn't pick me himself as his tag team partner, to be honest. Cheeky little fucker. I'd probably tag team with Fox, to be honest. He's a bit of a legend, isn't he? But yeah, I don't know. Hello from the States. Big up the States. Joey, will you ever feature in a YouTuber's live football match? I've been asked to do 2, I think. One of them went down, I think, at the Den, maybe. And one of them was at Crystal Palace, which never happened. I'll be on it. You know, I'm one of them, like, I go goals, like, once a year. And I'm like, fucking hell, I'm alright, actually. I'm not even that bad. But I think where I'm good at boxing, I just feel shit at football. Like, all these influencer lot are probably so much better at football than me. Like, I was Sunday League level, used to play up front, used to score in every other game, maybe. But yeah, rubbish. Not very techie. Just a bit of a goal hanger, if anything. Hold on. We've got a super chat that's come in. We will read the super chats straight away. So if you've got a burning question, if you've got one you want to be read out, make sure you send it in via super chat. I'll get to them straight away, and then I'll try and come back and look at other ones and whatnot. And it's from Zach Bartkus. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Zach Bartkus, thank you very much. $5 super chat, very much appreciate that, bro. Big up to the States. Your content / you and Josh have become part of my almost daily work routine. Appreciate the great content. Big up from Orlando, Florida. Up the Chelsea. Up the Zachary, which I'm guessing Zach is short for. Thank you very much, Zach. Really appreciate that. I used to think Zach was the cool... Not saying I don't think it anymore, but I used to think Zach was the coolest name in the world. And I'll tell you why. Because I grew up the youngest of 5. So although I was born in 1994, which meant it was a little bit before my time, especially for the age I was probably watching it at, I was a victim of who had the remote for the TV that we had in the house, which was always the oldest sibling, normally. And therefore, I used to watch a lot of Saved by the Bell as a kid. And Zach Morris was the man. He got all the women, he manipulated all the teachers, he was good looking, and he was the man. And I wanted to be Zach Morris, so I thought that Zach was the coolest name on earth. There you go. But yeah, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say that listening to me and Josh and listening to the podcast and whatnot has become a routine of theirs. And there's different people that say different things and whatnot. Helped them out with certain things and stuff. And it's always really, what's the word? Heartwarming, I suppose it is. Yeah, it's just really nice to hear. So I really appreciate that, Zach. I hope you're doing well. Big up to the States. Try go back. think we pretty much answered the Yuddy one. Jordan Bailey, big up, mate. Up the main man, 1 hour in a million, bro. Best thing to happen to YouTube. Yes, Jordan. Thank you, bro. Hope you're all good, mate, or as good as can be. Yeah, man. Yeah. Misfits Madness. Misfits 21 with a media pass. So, yeah, mate, hopefully see you there. Yeah. Which one's Misfits 21? Is Misfits 21 KSI or is Misfits 21... Not my one. It's Misfits 21, the other one. I don't know what one's what. I think Misfits 21's the KSI one. I'm not on the KSI undercard, people. I know a lot of you guys were underwhelmed by that or unhappy with that. But at the same time, listen, you get what you're given in this life, not, what you want. I wanted to be on that KSI undercard. I'd be ready for the KSI undercard. I'll be ready for any pullouts if there are pullouts on the KSI undercard that I'm needed for and whatnot. But either way, it is what it is. I'm standing ready. I'm good with the weight. I'm sparring at a very high level. And I'm very smug. Very, very smug at this moment in time. Any idea when the next fight is, mate? Obviously, look, I'm not able to give out exact dates, anything like that. But I can tell you it's weeks, not months. So make into that what you will. I suppose you can gather that it's within the next 8 weeks. There you go. So, yeah. Joe Laws is an idiot, lad. He tried threatening me as Harley Ben's my boy and they're fighting this month on Misfits 21. Well, it's not for me to speak on other people, but I do think that Joe Laws would be considered a bit of a favourite going in against Harley Ben, if I'm being completely honest. Not that I don't respect Harley Ben. Respect all the boxers and excited to see what Harley Ben offers on Misfits. Definitely excited to see it, but as for the level they boxed at in the pro ranks, it's not night and day, but it's there's a fair gulf in the level they boxed at. So I think Joe Laws will be a big favourite going into that one, but respect both men. I think Dave doesn't deserve the right to fight Cray Cray. Do you think you deserve the rematch against Cray Cray? I do think you deserve the rematch against Cray Cray. I'm not even glazing you, bro. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. Do I think I deserve the rematch against Little Cray Cray? Not really, to be honest. Do I think anyone deserves it more than me? No, not really. Do you know what I mean? And then it comes down to, do I think that there's a contender out there that deserves it more than me? No, not really. So I think I'm more deserving of a rematch than Yuddy is with Cray Cray. But you could argue Yuddy. You could argue it as one apiece between them in terms of fights completed and whatnot. So you could argue Yuddy's more deserving. I put Yuddy at the top of the division in terms of like him and Cray Cray are rated as the best two. And I suppose that means that I have to put myself underneath that because I haven't got a win over either of them. And this year that'll change. That will change this year. But, as for the time being, I'm not deluded. I'm not going to put myself above Yuddy or Cray Cray because I haven't got a win over either of the two. But yeah, you could argue Yuddy's more deserving. I would say I'm more deserving in terms of fan interest. I think more people would like to see me run it back with Cray Cray rather than Yuddy run it back with Cray Cray because ultimately Yuddy had 7 rounds completed with Cray Cray going into that third fight. And by the third fight, Yuddy still hadn't worked him out. Best way of dealing with him. I believe that within 2 rounds, I worked Cray Cray out. Once I'd worked him out, in my opinion, I lost 1 out of the next 3 rounds. So, yeah, lost 1, 2, and 3. Had a bit more success in 3 and kind of felt like, okay, right, this is how I've got to box this guy. Then I believe I won 4, and I believe I won round 5 clearly. Ace Musa had a good fight with Cray Cray. But in terms of contenders, there's no one. Fox is lined up with Walid already. Dean the Great has never really had an arsehole, but if he Azab won, then that's fallen out, and he's not going to be fighting Cray Cray. He chose to fight Pulley instead, and now on doctor's recommendation or whatever, he can't be fighting a Misfits. So yeah, he's another wet wipe. Right. Let's get to him. Big up the legend on the panel. It looks like the protest has caused a few issues for our owners, according to my sources. Nice. Yeah, 65 watching, people. Hit the like button if you can. That'd be a help to me. Would you rather Palmer go to Arsenal or Josh be banned from the podcast? Oh my god. I'd rather Josh be banned from the podcast, because then I'd just start a new podcast page. There you go. Easy answer. Then I'd have Josh on. The hardcore would find their way there. 1 in a million. I thought that's what you might have meant. Thank you, Jordan, bro. I appreciate that. Right, guys. Get your questions in. If you want any answered, well, definitively answered, meaning I'll definitely come to them and answer them, send them a super chats. If you want them answered straight away before I'm just sort of reading through the chat, and send them a super chats. If not, send them in the chat, and I'll try and get round for them. Is it a UK card? What, my fight? Yeah, it is a UK card. As good as can be, bro. Appreciate for what you done for Brandon earlier, mate. Much love to you and the family. Jordan, no problem, mate. No problem at all. Listen, it's it's no problem at all, man. Obviously, Jordan probably wouldn't mind me saying this. Brandon was a watcher of the channel, big Chelsea fan that unfortunately, tragically passed away unexpectedly very recently. So yeah, Jordan will be on about me donating to the GoFundMe. Stick the link of the GoFundMe in the chat, Jordan, if you want, mate. You might find there are people out there that want to donate towards the funeral costs and whatnot. But yeah, as for my donation, no problem at all, mate. No problem at all. All good. Who would you fight from our Chelsea players? Ooh. Who looks like, I should say, they'd be worst in a fight? Who doesn't look like much of a fighter? I think Cucurella can get down and dirty. I think both the South American boys, Enzo and Caicedo, are definitely got a bit about them. I think Caicedo's more the silent one, sneaks up round the back, a la Nigel Benn the other night at the press conference, and just gets stuck straight in. And yeah, Enzo's probably a bit more lippy. Reece James looks like he can have a tear up. Who would I most want to fight? Who looks softest in a fight? Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go with Mikhailo Mudryk. He doesn't look like he can fight his way out of paper bag. Oh, dear. We must win our next 3 games. No excuses. Yeah, 100%. 100%. One's obviously a 2-legged tie with Copenhagen. I'm not saying I'd settle for it, by the way, but as long as we come through that tie, listen, if we have a fucking 1-1 draw and then a 4-0 win, I'm not that bothered. But yeah, we need to be winning matches, because winning matches is what picks you up momentum and form, and therefore we need to be winning. We need to be winning these games, man. We need to be winning. What did I think of Tank taking the knee and the decision? Do you know what it is, right? Sorry, just plugging my laptop into charge. We're so spoilt now with Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, uploading full-length fights, less than 48 hours after the fights have taken place. And the reason people don't normally do this is they want to encourage pay-per-view buyers for the following couple of days after the event, and they don't want to upload the fight. Actually, I would say that in terms of the amount of YouTube revenue you make, in comparison to the amount of late pay-per-view buyers, once people already know the outcomes and decisions of the main event and the fights on the undercard, I wouldn't say it works out much different. I think you should just upload them straight away anyway, because you'll make that back in YouTube AdSense ad royalty. So yeah, but I haven't been able to watch the full Tank fight. Yeah, the knee that he took, bad refereeing. You take a knee in whatever circumstance and you are given an 8 count. For example, when Daniel Dubois took that knee after the jab from Joe Joyce, where he was counted out, imagine Daniel Dubois took that knee, then went over to the corner, wiped his eye. I think the referee at the time, whoever it was, would have carried on counting. And the ref actually did start the count. What was the ref's name? Oh, I know him well. Very good ref. He gets very excited during fights. One of my favourite refs, to be fair, that guy. But yeah, I think he had a little bit of a shocker there. And I think that it should have been a 10-8 round. And with the scorecards that I'm seeing, most people are saying that it would have put it to Lamont Roach in their opinion. And obviously with the actual official scorecards, split decision, one judge having it to Roach, the other two having it as a draw, I believe. Yeah, it would have put it in Roach's favour by unanimous decision. So can see why he's massively hard done by there. And obviously no rematch clause. It would be on fan pressure for Tank to take the rematch immediately, but I don't know whether he will. You know, he's been under immense pressure in the past to take fights against loads of fighters and hasn't. So I don't know. Yeah, Leeds. I heard Leeds' main event is Ty Mitchell versus Idris Virgo. I know you probably can't really comment on that, bro. Nope, I cannot comment on that. Misfits 22 after Misfits 21, and Misfits 22 is in Leeds. Let's just say I know my stuff. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Right. Let's get on a bit. So I'll read this because I've had it in a couple of times. Joey, love the content you're doing alone and with the big dog. Quick question. Have I heard of Zonda Zayas? Upcoming light middleweight boxer. Probably one fight away from a title, I think. I haven't heard of him. Joey, would you and Josh consider starting a Patreon? Maybe you and Josh or just you. For myself, I haven't considered it. Haven't considered it for myself, but for the Joey and Josh channel, I think that we're going to introduce memberships or maybe some form of Patreon. I'm not too sure. Obviously, the views aren't what I'd hoped there'd be by this point now, 3 months or so in, with the amount of preparation that we put into the Joey and Josh pod and whatnot. But at the same time, views ain't bad and we enjoy making them, but we need to make it more worth our while. You know, we're employing an editor at the moment and things like that. So we need to make sure that costs are being covered, obviously. And, you know, there's two options, really. We stop if costs aren't being covered, or the numbers go up and costs are being covered, or we do memberships and Patreon and things like that, and then costs are covered again. But yeah, ideally, obviously, we'd be doing huge numbers, because I think that a lot of our content deserves it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do think our content's original. I think that the true crime thing is a genre which, you are a small fish in a big pond, but at the same time, I like it. So, what's up, Joey? Can you sing? No. But if I was able to sing, I wonder what genre I would try to dominate. Probably old school R&B, to be honest, because you can use all the auto-tune shit. You know what I mean? I'm sprung, dog, she got me. If you put a load of auto-tune on that, I'd sound just like T-Pain. Misfits Madness, he's getting the questions in. I bet Bear this gets clipped, goes on Twitter, and then looks like I'm talking bare shit. Joey, I don't know if you have seen this, but it's so funny you just live in Dean's head rent-free. Whenever he streams, he always speaks about you, saying you're lying and you never got offered to fight him. Dean's been offered to fight me a couple of times. Mams Taylor has literally got a tweet that he's never deleted since, that you can find it yourself, saying Dean has 4 options, I think it is, for his next fight, and Joey's one of them. Dean's been offered to fight me loads of times, bro. Dean's been offered to fight me a couple of times, I should say. He got offered to fight me on the Qatar card, turned it down, accepted Fox, and then Fox's team couldn't make that happen. And listen, if he comes back onto Misfits, I know Misfits are pushing hard for him to accept the fight with me. So he will be offered that whenever. So after I have this fight, if I come through in the style and the fashion that I believe I'm going to, then I already know who I'm fighting next. But I also know that I'm fighting the person I'm fighting next because Dean is the number 1 option and he's going to turn it down or say he's not ready or he's retiring. Oh, Misfits have got to show me the same sort of respect and respect me as a brand. You're not a fucking brand. You're not a brand. We're all the same, mate. You're no better than anyone else. You're just another fucking idiot. Alright? So stop lying yourself and talking shit. Dean the Great is a shithouse and he's shit scared of everyone. He don't want to fight no one. Never wanted to fight Cray. Would never want to fight Yuddy. Never want to fight me. He likes fighting people like Walid Sharks because he knows that when he lands on them, they've got glass jaws and they can't take a shot well, unfortunately. Kicks Jim, best in the game. Yep, 100%. 100%. Big up the super chats coming in. Another one, $4.99. Max Demir Maras. Thank you very much, bro. Can you say Yarak va Yermisin? Can you say Yarak va Yermisin? Yarak va Yermisin. What does it mean? I mean, I've already said it, so the damage is done. What does it even mean? In English. That means there is a dick. Do you eat it? No. No, I don't, my friend. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. No, can't say I do. Are you doing this tonight to buy a bag with the super chat money? Well, no. I mean, normally the super chat money works out probably the equivalent to the money that I'd earn off a video. That sometimes rolls off the tongue if there's just been a match, like a match review. I do that. I don't take no prep for them, but sometimes I might do a little bit of prep on. By the time I've recorded it, edited it, uploaded it, same sort of time as I was live for. So works out about the same as doing a video. And seeing as there's nothing major for me to do a video about, it just works out better. Who's this texting me? It's the osteopath. Right. If there's one guy you could chin besides Dean, who would it be? Ooh. Part of me wants to say the Argentinian king, but part of me respects the Argentinian king and likes the Argentinian king because at least he's not boring and he's shown in all of his fights that he does come to fight. I'll go Cray. I'll go Cray. If there's someone besides Dean I'd like to get a knockout win over, I'll go little Cray. But I respect Rimu, little Cray. I respect him a lot. Right man won, fair decision, no complaints. he done what he done. He done what he done. He done what he had to do. It's funny because he posted a reel earlier on, and I was like, the hook of the reel, it's me knocking out Baby Hulk and dropping Most Wanted, and it said, you fight an unbeaten power puncher as a huge underdog, and this happens. And he literally shows himself landing like 3 shots on me. And it's like, yeah, because you hardly landed nothing. I hardly landed nothing either. But I didn't choose to make it a boring fight. You did. You know what I mean? It's my job to be better at not allowing you to do that. And next time I won't. You know? Next time it ends in stoppage to me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You've definitely been done there, Joey. Yep. Right. KSI against Dylan Dennis prediction. Similar to Logan versus Dylan, or KSI gets a KO. Probably not similar to Logan, because I believe that KSI is better than Logan. Obviously lighter, a lot naturally lighter man. So yeah. Do I think KSI gets a stoppage on him? Yeah. I don't think it's a great fight. I'll be honest on it. I don't think it's a great fight. I think the Wayne Bridge fight would have been more competitive. I honestly do. But yeah, it's what it is. Right, people. There's. Do you know Manscaped? It's a shaving brand. You should collab with them. I've collabed with them many a time, my friend. Permanent sponsors of the channel. How's the training going, bro? Yeah. Training is going really well. Been going down to Guildford to spar with a lot of their pros, and what's the guy I've been sparring with? He's like a 3-time ABA national champion, and another pro down there. Yeah, been getting good sparring him, hitting PBs, doing good stuff. Yeah. Should see a lot better of me this time out. We can all make excuses. Did I have stuff that was wrong with me in that last fight? Yep. Did I go on about it after the fight? No. Did I lose? Yep. Did the winner, Cray, maybe have stuff that didn't go well in his camp, injuries, whatnot? Yep. Probably. So we all have stuff that goes wrong with us, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Would you do content with other Misfits fighters? Like Ashley Raksu, Ben Davis, Nicky Rue, Fox the G, or Fez Batista? I'd be really interested in this and wouldn't want it to be missed. Yeah. I do content with all of them. But obviously there's only really the opportunity to do content with them sort of guys when... you're at the hotel in and around fight week and whatnot, and everyone's kind of doing their own thing and zoned in, and it's just like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to be like, Fox, come to my room and do some content with me. But yeah, there's always the possibility for that. Always the possibility for that. What do I think of Mark Goldbridge? I don't watch much of Mark Goldbridge. I don't watch much of other football YouTubers, and that disappoints people a lot, because obviously I always get asked my thoughts on Rory, I always get asked my thoughts on Mark Goldbridge, I always get asked my thoughts on loads of people. Johnny Minerals is one that I get asked my thoughts on all the time, who now I've actually had the opportunity to watch a few of his videos. But yeah, I don't watch enough. Like, I used to watch so much more before I was in the space, because I probably just had more free time on my hands. And now every bit of free time I have goes into preparation for content videos, and now doing these live streams, which have become a regular occurrence for me. So yeah, that's it. How much do you weigh right now? Don't know. £155, maybe £20 over my fight weight, something like that. Cray streams on here too. Does he? Are you going to the presser tomorrow, Joey, mate? I know Argentinian King isn't going, as I asked him already. No, I'm not going to the press conference. No. I do love Misfits and whatnot, and obviously I'll do a live stream. I'll do it off the boxing channel probably, rather than this one, because I think there'll be more viewers. But I could do it off this one. But I'll probably do the live stream off the boxing channel. But I'll do a live stream, watching along the pay-per-view event, KSI against Dylan Dennis. But yeah, I don't know. It's not that I'm not interested and whatnot, but it's just I've got my own fight coming up, so got stuff that I'm busy with. Tell Josh that I love him so freaking much in the next podcast. He is so sweet and has a kind, warm blue heart. Yep. Josh is very sweet. The fight I think Cray needs right now is the Ace Musa, as I still believe to this day that Ace Musa won that fight. Okay, fair enough. Who do you think is going to be our number one goalkeeper next season? Predictions. Should be Petrovic. Can't see it being kept. I think he'll be sold for around 8 million, 10 million, something like that. Can't see it being Robert Sanchez. God, I hope not. And depending on how he does in between now until the end of the season, which is what I think Jorgensen will get, then, yeah, I don't know. Misfits Madness. I have links to a couple of them if you want me to get them in contact with you, Joey, mate. A couple of who? And links to what? If you're on about the fighters that I was on about, you're alright, bro. I'm sure if I reach out to any of them fighters, they would, they'd just respond to me. I wouldn't need a middleman. But I do appreciate it. I love George Benson said, "Hey Joey, I love George Benson, but I also love you." Thank you. You know, in this world, and this is taking a detour, you know you can love multiple things. You can love multiple people. You can have multiple opinions. You can the world is not black and white, yeah? The world is, and what I mean by that is it's not here or there, right or left, black or white, this or that, There's middle ground in the world is what I'm trying to say. And I found it a lot with stances on the protests and stuff. I said I think protests are good, and I think that this one is good for the fans to have our voices heard in terms of not being happy with how things are going. But at the same time, if I'm not there, that doesn't mean that I don't support it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about the world's not black and white. There is middle ground. There's middle ground in life. Sometimes you can be a fan of something, but you might not be wearing a t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes there's so many things. Do I know if True Geordie will bring back his podcast? I miss it so much, and you'd be an amazing guest. I don't know about his podcast, but me and Brian will definitely be doing loads of stuff, loads of content. Yeah. When you started your podcast, did you buy your equipment first, or did you start with just a phone? No, I started using a studio straight away. Podcast room in Barnes. They've now got one somewhere else in London, I think. So yeah. So I started using a podcast studio, which you can get for £50 now, something like that. But now I used a Sony A6600, I believe, camera, and a Shure SM7B microphone. So obviously as it grew, I leveled up with what I was using and whatnot. But yeah, yeah. Sorry, people. I'm just gonna have a quick look because they're not coming up in the thing. Super chat just come in. Thank you very much, bro. From Kyron Fagan. Would you go on pitch side? Yeah. Yeah, why not? I met the pitch side boys, but not properly met them. I had a chat with Tom Garrett. So I was having a chat with Tom Garrett in Newcastle. So I was coming out of the ring. Obviously, I boxed on the same night as Lewis Bowden. Is it Lewis Bowden? It's Lewis Bowden, isn't it? Lewis, the Geordie off pitch side. Yeah, I boxed on the same night as Lewis Bowden in Newcastle. He boxed a guy called, what was his name? Not Boovy. Stokey. He boxed a guy called Stokey, who's big in the football Twitter sphere or whatever. Lewis Bowden was a nice bloke. Tom Garrett, had a chat with him. He's a nice bloke, yeah. But the other two, I don't know one of theirs names, but one of them's in good nick. He's in good shape. And then the other one's Theo Baker. They were there, I believe. I think they walked past me. But as I was walking up, the pitch side boys walked past me because they was walking down because I think he was the fight before me, and then they're going to see him in his changing room. And me and Tom Garrett stopped and had a chat and whatnot. Yeah, I can't remember what we spoke about, to be honest, but we stopped for 2 minutes, had a quick chat. And then, yeah, I've never touched base again since. But yeah, I like the pitch side boys. No, I can't say I watch much, but I don't watch much of anyone, to be honest. Yeah. I sometimes dream about Hazard playing with Prime, Drogba and Lamps and then have to change the sheets. Who is your favourite content creator, or who inspired you to do content creation? My favourite was probably Brian, to be honest. I always say this and people will just think I'm glazing him or whatever. Trust me, there's not a video or a podcast that went out from the True Geordie podcast when it was Brian and Lawrence, or from the Pain Game, or the Kickoff, the original Kickoff, that I didn't watch. I used to watch all of them. I used to watch all of it. But I always say that I was Reeve. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. I always say that I was never sat there watching Brian's content and thinking, God, I want to meet this True Geordie guy, or I want to become friends with him, or I want to do podcasts with him, or I want to be on the Kickoff, or I want to be on the Pain Game. Do you know what I mean? That was never a thought in my head because I never thought I wanted to do YouTube. So what I'm saying is probably 6 years, maybe, before I met Brian, I had watched Brian's videos. Do you know what I mean? I think everyone in the UK had watched the Nile Ranger video, hadn't they? But yeah, I had followed the career of who to me at the time was True Geordie and now is Brian. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd followed his career and I'd always watched him, so he was one of my favourite. But who else? No one really inspired me because I fell into YouTube. I fell into it. I never planned to do YouTube. Never planned to do it. But who inspired me more? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know I can give you an answer. Apart from, yeah, Brian, I suppose. But, I mean, I quite liked the James English podcasts. They were popping at the time, around the time that I got into doing YouTube. Who do I watch now? I watch podcast-wise in terms of, like, people getting other people on and doing podcasts with them. Like, Liam Tufts, I watch his one. I watch at Dodge Woodall. Yeah. Happy Hour podcast, I used to watch that. A few of them. Loads of them. Joey, who do you think is more fit, Brian or Josh? Fit to fight, Brian. Fit to run a 5K, Josh. Pretty easy. Can George Benson down the beers like you? I don't think anyone, pound for pound, can down the beers like me. Benson's a good size compared to me. He's also taller than me. Nah, jagged. Yeah, no. George is taller than me. So, bigger you are, the more you should be able to put away. But I think I'd back myself to drink myself under the table against Benson. But there's only one way to find out. Joey, how many of you would it take to knock out Brian in a fight? Oh, at least 2. Because you'd have to have me on the shoulders of me just to reach the chin. Remember the Loz and Robbie Lyle beef, lol. Glad they're pals now. I don't remember. I don't even know who Robbie Lyle is. Is that Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV? His name's Robbie. His name's Robbie, innit? I think. I don't remember. I wasn't really into much of the YouTube beef and all that. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Zappa Costa, fucking hell. Can't think of many. Joey, what's your body count? Sorry, mate. That's a question for the super chats, I'm afraid. Joey, please tell us your 5K personal best. Oh, mate, I want to. But at the same time, you never know what's getting clipped up. And I don't want my opponents to know how fit I am or how unfit I am. So I can't tell you my 5K personal best. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to. Because it's impressive in my account. So's my body count. I think you and the Argentinian king are secretly lovers. And you're beefing to throw people off the trail. Could be. I mean, we both think we're the best looking men, I should say, on Misfits, so we ain't lovers. I want to knock him, spark out. But I like his style. Have you ever wingmaned Josh out in the town? No. Is it under 19? Haha. Is what? My body count? No. It's not under 19. At least 50, surely. No. It's not 50 either. I retired many years ago, people. Started young, but retired many years ago. Joey, if you only had 1 pint to drink before you never drink again, which beer would it be? A pint? I actually like Budweiser from the draft in Weatherspoons. It's only like £3.95. But yeah, as a pint, like, because Peronis and Moretti's and Australia a little bit. Them sort of beers, Moretti definitely, Peroni definitely, they get you fucked up. But do they taste all that nice? Do I really like the taste of a Peroni? Not sure. I like the taste of a Bud off the draft. But I'd probably sit down with a nice ice cold Modelo. That's what would be my last beer of choice, I'd say. What's my favourite Malang Sarr moment? Probably Pochettino not knowing who he was. Yeah. Something like that. Right, people, last few. I'm going to go till 9 and then I'm stopping. I'm going till 9, then I'm stopping. So if you got any super chats, get them in. You can ask whatever and they will be answered. But if you're asking kinky shit, weird shit, they ain't getting answered if they ain't in the super chats. Have I been South Africa? Yeah, climb Table Mountain. Early prediction, where do we finish next season? And is Maresca our manager at the end of it? Yes, I hope so. I hope so that he's our manager. Because I think that we'll finish in the top 4 this season. Where do we finish at the end of next season? Probably the same. Probably around 4th. But, don't know, it could be up for grabs, man. Is this a flash in the pan for Man City? Or are they done out here? And, you know, it's pending, innit? Those allegations and going to court and whatnot. Happy Ramadan, yeah, happy Ramadan. I think I saw something about it being, is it the start of Ramadan or the end of Ramadan? Because if it's the end of Ramadan, you don't say happy Ramadan, do you? I don't know if you say happy Ramadan at all, but you say Eid Mubarak, I believe. Eid Mubarak, you say Eid, like E-I-D, I believe. I don't know. Who would you say the rudest person who you have spoken to so far in the Misfits scene is? Oh, the rudest. Has there been anyone that I have thought, I don't like you, that I've met on Misfits? No, there's not been anyone that initially I've thought I don't like you. There's been a couple of people that I've liked when I've met them and then not liked. So say, for example, I liked Dean the Great when I met him. I thought he was cool. Very, very respectful to me. Obviously, in hindsight now with the amount of shit he spoke and whatnot, he was clearly just, I don't know, intimidated maybe. God knows. But he was respectful. Very respectful to me. I've got the receipts. Listen, I had people filming stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I've got the receipts of him saying, oh, yeah, man, you got that grown man strength. Yeah, and all this shit. So I liked him when I met him and then didn't like him after. And then there's one more guy that's booked on Misfits. He's quite a big name. I met him, had conversation with him, liked him, and then he went behind my back. So I didn't like him after, but I'm not going to say his name. Nah, no one else, really, that I haven't liked, that I've met through Misfits. I've liked them all, pretty much. I had my moment with Most Wanted out in Nashville where I was annoyed at him because I was trying to help him and he told me to fuck off and I got annoyed. But then he messaged me and apologised, and he didn't need to apologise because he was in a frenzy and I was just pissed off, and there was no need for an apology because we're all good. We're all good round here. I like Most Wanted. Wish him all the best. Here's a good question. Joey, what is your favourite flavour of Monster Munch? I'm going to go red hot here, but I also like the yellow flavour, which I believe is roast beef. So I like the two probably lesser known and lesser favoured flavours more than pickled onion, which is the sort of the go-to, isn't it? So, yeah, there you go. FMK, Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue, Bevo. FMK, I suppose it means fuck, marry, kill? God knows. Well, you'd have to off Bevo, because I'm not going to do either or the other with him. Marry. Who would I marry? Who's less annoying? Probably Lily is less annoying from what I've seen. So you'd probably have to bang Bonnie Blue. Oh, God. State of it down there. Favourite Pokemon, I'd probably go Squirtle, maybe. Would I ever collab with Nini from Blue Lions TV? Yeah, I'd collab with him. Yeah. Is the hat behind you the one that you wore before knocking out Baby Hulk? Yes, it is. Yeah, that's... People always ask why. They always like, why has he got a cowboy hat in the background? Like, what's that got to do with boxing or football? It's because I wore it on the ring walk on my way to boxing Baby Hulk out in Nashville. What a trip that was. Unreal. People, last 4 minutes and then I'm jumping off of here. Obviously, me and Josh Aveste will be in the studio tomorrow. Let us know if there's anything that you want spoken about, covered, because we will be trying to get round to everything, trying to cover everything. You got the Misfits press conference tomorrow, so that might be something that it might be saying I cover, it might be saying I do a video on. Let's see what plays out and how it plays out. But yeah, that could be something in there that I end up getting round to. But yeah, me and Josh are in the studio tomorrow, so let us know what you want to see covered from that studio session. Let's have a little look on here. Let's see what is going on the Josh and Joey pod. Everyone, we released... what did we release? We released a video on Joey and Josh yesterday. Internet mugs, again. The last one did well. So, just know I lost £5 because you lost to Cray Cray. Sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Just know that I lost a lot more than £5 because I lost to Cray Cray. And then you'll probably realise why I've not got that much sympathy for you. Jordan Bailey, can't wait, bro. The more uploads from you, the happier I'll be. Good man. Appreciate that, bro. What's my favourite book? Favourite book. What books have I even read? Tyson Fury's autobiography. Does that count? An actual book I've read. The Justice Killer by Martin Knight. Very good book. If you say I love you to Josh. If you say I love you to Josh in tomorrow's pod, I'll give you £15 in Super Chat next live. I will tell Josh that LTK loves him, if I remember. Who'd you choose as next Chelsea manager? No one. I'm happy enough with Maresca at the minute. JK17, Joey, I'm a Borough fan, Joey. What do you think? What do you remember thinking in the 1-0, 6-0, two-leg comeback? Don't remember thinking all that much in the comeback because I was pissed. But I was there. The 1-0, I remember thinking, fuck me, this is a shit show. Yeah. If Dylan doesn't turn up tomorrow, that press is going to be a bit dead. I can't lie. Do you agree, Joey? You never know. You never know what you are going to get until you get it. I really like the true crime stuff on Joey and Josh. Yep, more true crime stuff coming very, very soon. We did a podcast on Lucy Letby because obviously that conviction is looking less and less safe by the day with all these experts coming out and saying she's not guilty. We also did a podcast on Madeleine McCann where we focused on the parents, and then we're going to do part 2 when we focus on the other suspects. Doesn't take a genius to work out when you watch that one that I believe the parents were involved to some degree or no more than they've ever let on. Has anyone ever told you look like a young Enrique Iglesias? Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you... I can be your hero, baby. No one's ever told me I look or sing like a young Enrique Iglesias. Yeah. He didn't have many other tunes rather than Hero, Enrique Iglesias, did he? Really? Like, what other tunes did he have? I'm coming off here in 2 secs, by the way. But Enrique Iglesias, other than Hero, what did he even have? His next one is Escape. can't escape my love. That's a bit of a banger. Yeah, I remember that. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape. That was funny on the Pain Game watch along when you pulled up famous birthdays. Yeah, there you go. I was doing it on here. People were sending their birthdays in as super chats and getting me to read out who famous has their birthday. And if I couldn't find anyone famous, I was answering the super chats with just who they share event with on their birthday. So yeah. What do I think of football therapy? Jan, I like him. I think he's good. Yeah, good stuff. Don't watch as much of him anymore as I used to, but I don't watch as much as anyone as I used to. Because, do you know what? I feel sometimes like you can use other people's content as a way of gauging stuff, but I think you can also be subliminally influenced by other people's opinions and stuff like that. And that's why me and Josh never discuss the podcasts before we go live or prep ourselves on what we're going to say and things like that, because I want everything to be authentic, off the cuff. Sometimes it can get you in trouble, but I like to just formulate my own opinion on things and whatnot and not be influenced. I'm not saying that I would be influenced, but yeah. Joey, you are the most attractive after Josh, of course. Thank you. What are my thoughts on Anue? I think he's pound for pound great. He's only ever been dropped once, isn't he, by Lewis Neary, I think it was. Knocked every single man he's been in a ring out with, or got stoppages over, at least. So yeah, I think he's a GOAT. Is he the GOAT? I don't know. I can't watch Eunice Talks Football's channel because he's always crying. I don't watch much of Eunice recently, but I like Eunice. Right. I sometimes wish you and Josh were in a romantic relationship. Strange, but okay. I don't. I'm happy with my sexual preferences the way they are. But yeah, can't help but feel that maybe Josh feels that way as well. Maybe he wishes we were in a romantic relationship. He does say I look like Jorgensen. I think he'd definitely wish it if he thought I looked like Mudryk. But no. Me and Josh both happily wifed off. Right, people. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to end it. It's been nice. It's been emotional. Not as good as the match day watch-alongs, if I'm being completely honest with you. But definitely not a dud. We'll be here for the next one. And the next one will be what? Thursday. Are we doing a live stream on Thursday? Watch along for the Copenhagen game. What time is that Copenhagen game? Let's have a little look. The Copenhagen game is... because it might be one of them random early ones, isn't it? Because it's away, abroad. And sometimes they are... let me just go Chelsea fixtures. Oh, fuck me. Copenhagen game's 5:45 kickoff. Oh. That does change things. In terms of my training and whatnot.